Vanakkam. My name is Srividya Veeraraghavan. I am a storyteller from Chennai. I'm very happy to be presenting you today a very special story from the South India on the occasion of the World Storytelling Month. Being the myths and mythological topic for this year, I'm very privileged to bring to you on the very day where we celebrate in South India a special religious ritual called the Kardia Nombu. Kardia Nombu is a beautiful way where the wives, the married women, and the young girls they wear a yellow robe, praying to the goddesses to protect their husband, to give a longevity to their life, and the unmarried girls wishing to get married to the best of best husband in future. So this is a beautiful ritual that we are doing it in South India. So I just want to share the beautiful legend behind or a story behind of how all this Kardia Nombu started. The Savitri Satyavan story is all what is the reason why we celebrate this. Yes, the Savitri Satyavan story, where Savitri fights with the Lord Yama, the Lord of Death, Yama, and brings back her dead husband to life. Yeah, sounds interesting, right? Yes, it is. It is India, and we have beautiful stories in store. In Mahabharata, Mahabharata being the longest epic ever known in the world till now, has got a chapter where sage Markandeya is answering to the question of Yudhishthira when Yudhishthira is asking, is there anybody else other than Draupadi being so devoted as a wife in this world? So to answer his question, sage Markandeya narrates the story of Savitri, of how devoted was she as a wife. So this story dates back to many eras before, where women were given the privilege to choose their husbands. Savitri was a princess by birth. She was adorned with jewels and the best of costumes, and as in looks, she has the beautiful attire. Hence, there were so many, she could marry anybody. But when she attained the age of marriage, she, with her blessings of the father, she went ahead to search for her husband. And as she went along, she walked across miles. She went inside a deep jungle. And in the middle of the jungle, she found a man. He was well built, very kind in heart and in mind, and a very simple person by nature. She immediately liked him so much, and she decided that this person has to be my husband. His name was Satyavan. Now, Satyavan was living with his father and mother in the same forest as a dweller. Yes. His father was a blind person. But in fact, when we had to root down, it is known in the history that Satyavan's father was also a king, but had to exile, had to lose everything, and they had become a forest dwellers at the end of the day. So they were living a very simple life in the forest. That did not bother Savitri. She decided to marry Satyavan, and with the blessings, with the consultation, after convincing her father, the marriage happened. Though the sage Narada warned Savitri, this is not the right choice. You are making a very bad choice. See, just 1 year and you're going to lose your husband. Now, this was a bit shocking to everybody around, and also for Savitri. And she knew the day would come It was already written up there. But she was equally determined to change the destiny. As the days went by, as the days neared, just 3 days before the date of the death of Satyavan, she started to fast. Fast so much so that her father-in-law came in and asked her, "Why are you fasting so rigorously? It is not good for you." But Savitri was well determined. Her her soul and the heart was in prayers with the God of death and to the whole eternal being, cosmos, energy, saying to save her husband. The day came. She took permission from her father-in-law and mother-in-law and took Satyavan into the jungle. The mid of the day. Satyavan started to sweat. He felt a bit of dizziness and he fell onto the ground. But Savitri held him tight on her laps. Satyavan was now cold. He wasn't breathing. Savitri, having his head on her laps, looked at him. And as she was looking at him, there came the Lord of Death, the Yama. And as he comes, Savitri looks at him and pleads him. In fact, pleading in the sense, "Oh Lord Yama, there you come. Oh, I have great praise for you. You are such a dedicated in your job. You come on time. You do your duty on time without any clutches on head." Lord Yama came there. And he was just about to take Satyavan's soul. As she said, "Oh Yama, I know it's your duty. I know you're doing it right. But listen to me. I want to praise the way you are doing your job. I also want to say how much of coolness that you're having on your heart, though you know that the body belongs to this person. Please give me one chance to come with my husband. I also want to accompany him." Yama looked at her. He had never seen such a lady before who has pleaded, who has requested, and also equally praising his job. He had listened to everybody who had been cursing him, but this lady was actually praising him. Pleased by her the words, he said, "I am very happy the way you are handling the situation. I wish to grant you a boon. Ask me anything except Satyavan's life." To this, Savitri asked a boon. She asked Yama to grant her father-in-law the lost eyesight, the lost kingdom. And she also asked Yama to give hundreds of sons to her own father, as he had no sons. And also she asked hundreds of sons to her and Satyavan. Yama was fine and he granted the boon. The first two boons were immediately given, but the third boon, how can Yama give that? His job was to take Satyavan. How can he grant a boon to Savitri to have 100 children for him and Savitri? Now that was a trick. Again Yama said, "I am pleased with the way you are handling it. I am pleased with the words that you are uttering. But you can ask any boon. I'm still going to give you." This time, Yama forgot the line saying anything but not on the life of Satyavan. He forgot that line. Hence, immediately Savitri spoke, "Please give me the life of Satyavan." Yama couldn't refuse. He just couldn't refuse, and he actually granted the life back to Satyavan, blessing both of them great life together and the many generations to come. And he left the world. Satyavan opened his eyes as if nothing had happened, as if he just woke up from a long, deep sleep. They both went back to their small house in the forest and found their father having the eyesight. Also, the news came very soon. The lost kingdom, had been given back to them. Hence, they went back to their kingdoms and lived a very happy and a prosperous life. In remembrance of this legend, here we at South India, the married women and the girls wear the yellow robe on this auspicious day, to celebrate the Kardia Nombu for our husbands and for our beloved future husbands if unmarried. Thank you for watching the story of Savitri and Satyavan. Thank you.